Understanding the different types of guardianship in Tulsa and when they may be needed. While many know the term guardianship, they are often surprised that there are several different types of guardianship available. The type of guardianship sought will depend upon the needs of the protected person and the circumstances of the case. Understanding the various forms can help families determine which option may be appropriate when a loved one needs assistance. Guardianship of a minor child. One of the most common types of guardianship involves minor children. A guardianship of a minor may be necessary when a child's parents are unable to properly care for the child due to illness, incarceration, substance abuse issues, military deployment, death, abandonment, or other significant circumstances. In these situations, the court may appoint an adult to make decisions regarding the child's education, housing, and general welfare. Many grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other relatives seek guardianship when they have been serving as the child's primary caregiver and need legal authority to make important decisions on the child's behalf. Adult guardianship. Adult guardianships are designed to protect individuals who are unable to adequately manage their personal affairs due to physical incapacity, developmental disabilities, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, mental illness, or other impairments. The court must generally determine that the individual lacks the ability to make responsible decisions regarding their personal care, finances, or both. Because adult guardianships involve significant legal rights, Oklahoma courts carefully evaluate the evidence before granting these requests. The primary goal is to provide protection while preserving as much independence as possible. Guardianship of the person. In some cases, the court may appoint a guardian of the person. This type of guardian is responsible for making decisions regarding the individual's personal well-being, including matters involving medical treatment, living arrangements, education, daily care, and general health and safety. A guardian of the person focuses on the individual's physical and personal needs, rather than financial matters. This is common when an individual can no longer safely care for themselves, but has limited assets requiring management. Guardianship of the estate. A guardianship of the estate focuses on financial matters. The guardian is responsible for managing the protected person's property, income, investments, and financial affairs. This may include paying bills, protecting assets, collecting income, maintaining records, and obtaining court approval for certain transactions. Guardianship of the estate is often appropriate when an individual possesses significant assets but lacks the capacity to manage them independently. The guardian acts as a fiduciary and must generally account to the court regarding how funds are managed. Limited guardianship. Not every person who requires assistance needs a full guardianship. In some situations, the court may establish a limited guardianship that grants only specific powers to the guardian while allowing the protected person to retain as many rights as possible. For example, an individual may need assistance with financial decisions but remain fully capable of making personal healthcare choices. Limited guardianships are often viewed as a less restrictive alternative and may be appropriate when the person's abilities are only partially impaired. General guardianship. A general guardianship provides the guardian with broader authority. Under a general guardianship, the guardian may be responsible for both personal and financial matters, depending on the terms of the court's order. General guardianships are often used when the protected person requires substantial assistance in multiple areas of life and cannot safely manage their own affairs. The court will typically define the scope of the guardian's authority in the order establishing the guardianship. Emergency guardianship. There are situations where immediate action is necessary to protect a vulnerable individual. Emergency guardianships may be granted when a child or incapacitated adult faces an immediate threat to their health, safety, or welfare. Because emergency guardianships can be issued on an expedited basis, courts generally require evidence demonstrating that urgent intervention is necessary. Emergency guardianships are temporary in nature and are often followed by additional hearings to determine whether a longer-term guardianship should be established. Temporary guardianship. Temporary guardianships are sometimes used when a short-term need exists. For example, a temporary guardianship may be appropriate when a parent is hospitalized, deployed, or otherwise temporarily unable to care for a child. These guardianships are designed to address immediate needs without permanently altering legal rights. Once the circumstances change, the temporary guardianship may be modified or terminated. Choosing the right types of guardianship. The appropriate type of guardianship depends on the specific needs of the person requiring protection. Courts generally seek to impose the least restrictive arrangement necessary to ensure the individual's safety and well-being. As a result, judges carefully examine the evidence before determining which type of guardianship best serves the protected person's interests. Families should be prepared to present information regarding the individual's needs, limitations, living situation, and available support systems. Tulsa guardianship attorneys. Guardianship proceedings often involve complex legal requirements, notice provisions, medical evidence, and court hearings. Because each of the types of guardianship and its circumstances is unique, consulting with an experienced Tulsa guardianship attorney can help ensure that the appropriate type of guardianship is pursued and that the protected person's interests remain the court's primary focus. To schedule a free consultation, call our Kania Law Office guardianship attorneys today at 918-743-2233.